So we have another Blizz-like TBC server in development. It's actually pretty close to launching at the end of this year, at the latest at the beginning of next year. So the server that we're going to be talking about today is called Netherstorm. So this is their website right here. I also have pulled up the roadmap that they have planned that's posted on the Reddits. So what is Netherstorm? They are planning to be a Blizz-like TBC server, pre-nerf. So they plan to have everything in terms of the mechanics, stats, I already said mechanics, and all that stuff of 2.0 rather than the 2.4, 5 or whatever the classic version is. So right here, what is Netherstorm? It's a TBC server focused on the reproduction of the game like it was in the past. For example, enabling quests of NPCs that were deleted or disabled as patches continue to release. The server will be progressive with 5 phases like it was back in our time. Back in my day. Our main goal is to try to make the server as close as we can to the original TBC. We will post news during this journey of development for our server, but we could say that we have implemented many things that we didn't saw in other servers, and even the original game, which was released with the classic version. Why should I choose Netherstorm? We want to be different in terms of the content like we said before, but mainly in raid challenges. We are old players and we know how much hard it was in the first days of TBC. We didn't put more health and damage into our content. We made researches and try to understand how the bosses worked in the past to put our we put our bosses in the pre-nerf state. Also, in our environment, you could feel that the world is alive with all conversations and events of the creatures around you, and are really working. For an example, Anchorite. What is it? For example, Anchorite Almanem, talking to Aldor recruits in Shatrath. Grifta having conversations with Jedar in Lower City because he's selling very strange items, and so on. Now, will there be any custom features? We plan to balance the factions, so the Alliance will benefit from reducing writing costs, and Paladins will have, and the Alliance Paladins rather, will have Seal of Blood available. So, even though he said all of that right there, he is looking for a, like I said, Blizz-like. However, most people choose the Horde. So, he also confirmed this again in the Reddit when somebody asked about if there will be any balancing or any changes to the server. He said so far, that's really the only change that they're making, is trying to make it a bit more beneficial for people to want to play the Alliance, so it can kind of naturally balance out instead of putting a hard cap. So, will there be a donation shop? They will have donations, but because that's how servers survive. Without your support, we can't stay alive. With Netherstorm Essence, you will only be able to buy cosmetic stuff like pets, character rename, and other similar things. I've been clear on this. I don't mind if servers have a shop as long as it's cosmetic only. So nothing pay to win. Turtle WoW skirts that line, right? They have like the buying extra, or was it extra bags? I don't remember, but they have the mobile bank, the mobile mailbox, and a couple of other things that are similar of that nature. So it skirts the line to the point that it's like, I can get around that, but it's very borderline. Name changing, I don't care. A lot of people don't like the name changing because, oh, if they ninja loot, they could just name change. True, but sometimes you misspell. I went around with a misspelled name for years because I didn't want to pay $10. Anyway, but at least the option is available for people. So now, let's move on to the roadmap. So let's see if I can, ooh, God, that's large, okay. So, server info. You can choose either the Legacy 2.43 or the Modern 2.53. So you can choose what client you want to use. I'm sure you still have to put the server name and everything. The Classic, so all of the 1 to 60 stuff will be ×2 experience, just to kind of help you get up a little bit faster to the TBC stuff, which is the real reason you want to play the server, which at that point it will be ×1 experience. The experience of TBC pre-nerfed PvE content. So, during the development, a lot of the raid bosses were nerfed because a lot of people could not defeat them. It took weeks and weeks for people attempting, and then eventually they were nerfed, so people could actually have a chance at defeating the bosses. So, what was it? I believe it was Kael'thas in World of Warcraft history has the longest record of not being defeated. So, that'll be interesting. Complete full TBC attunements. Faction balance incentives, which is what we already went over with the Paladins on the Alliance side. True anti-cheat system. They say true anti-cheat, but I don't know what that entails. 2.0 mechanics and itemization. Again, I mentioned that before, that all of the itemization mechanics, specs, or stats rather, are going to be 2.0 because, of course, during the life of a expansion, numbers change, tuning changes, stuff changes. So vanilla is the biggest example. There's items, like several items, that will start one way, which would be a weaker version, and then it gets buffed, and then it gets buffed again, and then it gets buffed again, and it has like 4 different itemization throughout the life of vanilla WoW. So this also happened in TBC and even other expansions, but most notably in vanilla and TBC. So the items rather will be in their pretty much nerfed state or pre-changed state. Active Discord community. Now, I have been provided a link to the Discord. I have not joined it yet, so I do not know how active the Discord is, so I cannot comment on that. No pay-to-win shop, which so far what they said about what's going to be in the shop is okay, but we haven't seen what's in it, other than we know that there's going to be, like, name changes and pets and stuff. Which, it's most likely going to be the exact same thing that every private server does, which is, like, TBC cards, you know, the card pets, the toys, all that kind of stuff. So, in that case, I don't really care. Endgame content for closed beta. Endgame content open beta, which is in August. So the closed beta is in July, which is now. It should be happening soon. The open beta is in August. Vanilla closed beta will be in September, and vanilla open beta will be in November. So they're going to test TBC stuff first, endgame, level 70. Then they want to go and test 1 to 60 content, which, is self-explanatory, and that'll be towards the end of this year, with the release date expected in December or January. So it looks like pretty much, with the exception of, it looks like October. Yeah, with the exception of October, they're going to have a different phase of beta every month until December, where they will release, and if they need to push it back till January for bug fixing, then at least they have that window open, so it's not like they're lying. So that's a smart move on their end. Okay, now phase schedule. So they did say already they're going to have 5 phases. So phase 1, which is launch, will be Tier 4 content and PvP Arena Season 1. Now, if I remember correctly, I believe Tier 5 wasn't that already out, but no, I'm mistaken. That's Blackwell. Black Temple rather. So that was me goofing there. But anyway, Phase 2, Tier 5 content and PvP Season 2 will they didn't give a date for it. Phase 3 will be Tier 6 and Season 3. Phase 4 will be the Gods of Zulaman, and Phase 5 will be Sunwell and the Season 4 PvP. So there you go. Anyway, that was a quick video introducing you to the brand new, fresh TBC Blizz-like server called Netherstorm. There are links to the website on Reddit. I will try to link this in my Discord, so if you are already in my Discord, you can have a link to their Discord or their website, so you can hop on and see what's going on if you are interested. Until then, I don't believe I will be covering much of this server because it is a Blizz-like, so it's not like, oh, new content available. So I brought you that there's a new server. That's going to be it for me covering this. And if you want to see more of other private servers that do come out with custom content regularly, like Turtle WoW, Azeroth the War, Project Deepak, and other servers such like that, I will be covering them regularly. So stay tuned, subscribe, like the video. I will see you guys next time.